जी, हमने आपसे जिक्र किया था कि ढाका में हमें हमारे दोस्त माजी निज़ामी ज्वाइन करेंगे। उन्होंने हमें ज्वाइन कर लिया है और हम उनसे पूछेंगे। सबसे पहले तो ये कि पाकिस्तान से 40 सहाफ़ी ढाका में हैं। ऐसे लगता है कि पाकिस्तानी सहाफ़ियों ने धावा बोल दिया ढाका के ऊपर। निज़ामी साहब, ये इतना बड़ा डेलीगेशन।
जी बहुत शुक्रिया राणा साहब। मेरा ख्याल है कि मुझे भी इस पर बिल्कुल एक हैरत हुई थी, लेकिन मेरा ख्याल है कि हमें जैसे जैसे वक्त गुजरेगा
हम्म।
बड़े तदब्बुर से और बड़े धीमे अंदाज से इस पॉलिसी को आगे लेके चलना है।
हम्म।
ये मामला हम अफगानिस्तान में देख चुके हैं
हम्म।
कि हमने 180 की स्पीड से जो है वो पींगे बढ़ाई, मोहब्बत हमारी जो है वो इतनी ज्यादा हो गई, फिर हमने उसी स्पीड से एक यू टर्न भी मारा। और
हम्म।
अब जो हालात है वो आपके सामने, बताने की जरूरत नहीं है।
आप
तो
देखें, लेकिन
इसलिए
अब रियासत तो 40 की स्पीड से जा रही
तो
है।
अभी भी जो बांग्लादेश इलेक्शंस हैं या उससे पहले जो गवर्नमेंट के ताल्लुकात हैं रियासत के, दोनों रियासतों के, ये बात दुरुस्त है कि वो बढ़ रहे हैं। और इसी वजह से हमें ये चीज नजर आती है कि पाकिस्तान से सबसे बड़ा डेलीगेशन जो है वो गया
हम्म।
है। इंडिपेंडेंटली डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, चैनल से लोग आए हैं, लेकिन वो जो उनका नंबर है वो इतना बड़ा है कि वो बाकी सब कंट्रीज को क्रॉस कर गया है। तो ये बात दुरुस्त है। उसकी वजह यह है कि चूंकि हमारा एक माजी भी है और एक 15 साल का गैप रहा था, तो उसके बाद अब चूंकि मौका मिला है तो हर
हम्म।
शख्स ये चाहता है कि वो एक्सप्लोर करे, देखे,
हम्म।
चीजों की अपडेट ले। तो इसलिए मेरा ख्याल है ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग होने जा रहा
तो इसमें कोई रियासत है पाकिस्तान का भी अमल दखल था? हाई कमीशन का या फॉरेन ऑफिस का? वो चाहते हो कि पाकिस्तानी जर्नलिस्ट ज्यादा से ज्यादा जाएं और देखें उस वक्त जो ढाका बांग्लादेश में सेंटिमेंट कैसे चेंज हो गया हुआ है। कोई इसके पीछे कोई डिजाइन है या कि ये एक वैसे ही हो गया और जर्नलिस्ट बॉडीज जो है वो खुद ही और अपने इनिशिएटिव्स के ऊपर सब इतने ज्यादा तादाद में लोग इधर आ गए?
है। मेरा ख्याल है कि एक तो पर्सनल इनिशिएटिव्स भी हैं, और रियासत को मेरा ख्याल है इस पे कोई एतराज नहीं था।
ठीक।
फिर वो आपको पता है कि वो जो फहरिस्तें बनती हैं वो भी हैं,
हम्म।
लेकिन तो मामलात जो है वो केस टू केस, एक एक
वेरी।
चीज को देखना पड़ रहा है। और नंबर जब वो कलेक्टिव होता है तो वो ज्यादा हो जाता है। तो ये बात दुरुस्त है कि चैनल्स की तरफ से भी लोग आए हैं, अपने पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट की वजह से भी आए हैं, रियासत के शौक की वजह से भी आए हैं, रियासत की हौसला अफजाई की वजह से भी आए हैं। तो हर एक जो इंडिविजुअल यहाँ पे है, उसकी डिफरेंट एक केस स्टोरी है।
तो इंडियन सहाफ़ी तो कम है, वो आप देख ही रहे होंगे कि सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स के ऊपर बात शुरू हो गई ऑन अराइवल। वो तो जाहिर है कि एक हाइप क्रिएट होना शुरू हो गई हुई है। तो एक नंबर तो यहाँ पे जरूर बढ़ा है, लेकिन इसका कोई फायदा होगा पाकिस्तानी सहाफ़ियों को इस इलेक्शन को कवर करने का बांग्लादेश में, आ, पाकिस्तान के
देखिए
कॉन्टेक्स्ट?
मेरा ख्याल है कि इसमें दो चीजें। एक तो ये कि एक कैरियर के अंदर बड़ी मदद मिलती है, एक्सपोजर होता है, नई चीजें सीखने को मिलती हैं, तजुर्बात होते हैं, नए लोगों से मिलते हैं। मिसाल के तौर पे दो जो बड़ी पार्टीज हैं, उन्होंने फौरन जितने भी जर्नलिस्ट हैं उनके एजाज में यहाँ पर इस्तकबालिये दिए हैं। बीएनपी ने भी दिया है, जमात इस्लामी ने भी दिया है। तो वहां पे कोई 300-400 की जो हाजिरी है वो इटसेल्फ एक अच्छा इंटरेक्टिव सेशन होता है। लेकिन जो इससे अगली बात है वो बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए है कि सियासत और सफारत दोनों में बड़े एतदाल और बड़े धीमेपन से एक मजबूत बुनियाद बनाने की जरूरत है, कि जिसकी वजह से ताल्लुकात की जो इमारत नई बननी है वो मजबूत बुनियादों पर कायम हो।
बिल्कुल,
इसके
निजामी साहब,
अलावा किसी
बात
और।
कर, ये आपने दूसरी मर्तबा बात की, ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट बात है। जब आप आएंगे पाकिस्तान तो हम इसके ऊपर आपसे तफसीली गपशप करेंगे कि बांग्लादेश को लेके पाकिस्तान का एकदम से इंथुजियाज्म जो बढ़ गया हुआ है और उसकी डिप्लोमेटिक साइड, स्ट्रेटेजिक वो रिजल्ट भी आ जाएगा, आप आगे जाएंगे। सिर्फ अभी हम ये समझना चाह रहे हैं कि क्या आप कैसे इसको देख रहे हैं कि इलेक्शन कितना मौसर है, ट्रांसपेरेंट है उधर, और आपकी अभी तक क्या फील क्या है?
ये इसमें सबसे बड़ा इशू तो ये आ रहा है कि यहाँ पर एज ए इंडिपेंडेंट ऑब्जर्वर हम ये फील कर रहे हैं कि अवामी लीग की अदम मौजूदगी,
हम्म।
ये एक ऐसा साइन है कि जो एक पूरे इलेक्शन प्रोसेस के हवाले से आपको डिबेट पर मजबूर करता है। लेकिन ग्राउंड के ऊपर हमने जो सिचुएशन देखी है, मैं अपनी जो अपना मुशाहिदा आपको बयान कर सकता हूँ, वो ये है कि 15 साल में जो 3 इलेक्शन हुए हैं उससे लोगों की शिकायत बहुत थी,
हम्म।
और एक फियर फैक्टर उन इलेक्शंस में बिल्कुल मौजूद था। इस मर्तबा लोग कम अज कम इस हवाले से मुतमईन हैं, जितने भी लोगों से मेरी बात हुई है, कि एटलीस्ट अगर हम वोट करने जाएंगे किसी को भी, तो हमें कोई रोकने वाला, तशद्दुद करने वाला या हमारे साथ बदसलूकी करने वाला कोई ऐसा वाकया नहीं होगा। ये एक बड़ा मामला जो है वो अटैच किया जाता है अवामी लीग से, कि वो जो इलेक्शन मनोवरिंग का इल्जाम उन पे आता है, वो बड़ी शिकायत थी। तो इस मर्तबा ये चीज महसूस की जा रही है कि ठीक है, अवामी लीग इलेक्शन में मौजूद नहीं है, और उनका एक वोट शेयर भी रहा है। अगर हम पिछले 20-25 साल के जो रिजल्ट्स हैं, इवन 30 साल के, 40 साल के जो रिजल्ट्स हैं, उसमें देखें तो वो 25% से 30% के आसपास कहीं पे वो रहे हैं, अगर वो अपोजिशन में भी गए हैं तो।
He's a Mustafa Hussain. He's an assistant professor from Briggs University, and he was one of the active member of the Gen Z's movement who brought the change in the country. Mustafa, are you hearing me?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Yeah, I
Good
can hear you.
afternoon. Good to see that you are too enthusiastic about the election and how the things are processing there. So, how jubilant you are because you were part and parcel of this whole movement.
Yeah.
What is your expression, the
Okay.
feeling now? Have you achieved what you wanted to achieve during all this whole process?
Okay. So, first of all, thank you very much. And again, it's a pleasure, engaging with you after quite a long time. So, this is really a very critical phase. We would like to define because of several things. First of all, uh, the aspirations for 2024 movement was one of the leading reason was that there was no opportunity of free and fair voting system. People were not really getting the opportunity to vote, particularly in 2013-14 phase and 2018 election, these two elections. And that was one reason which agitated the largest number. And of course, that really brings the excitement that now they are engaging and getting the opportunity to vote to their possible to their respective candidates. Uh, the critical point is because uh, after the ousted of the Awami League regime, Professor Yunus, when took the government, formed the government, interim government, he initiated the idea of reforming several areas, including the Election Commission, the Constitution Commission, Anti-Corruption Commission, and I personally wrote part of the reports of the Anti-Corruption Commission as well. So there were many commissions formed, and based on all these commissions, they had finally come up with a consensus commission, and that led to the July Charter. Now, this election is pivotal because that July Charter, whether that will be implemented or not, then of course there is a referendum added. Apart from choosing the candidates, that is like yes or no vote. Now it
Right.
is extremely vital whether yes vote wins,
Mm.
because there are also campaign of different nature regarding the no vote
Mm.
for two reasons. One, of course, uh, the supporters of previous regime relatively are not comfortable with the yes vote system because this referendum is going to be bring by this regime.
Mm.
Secondly, it has been also argued that the nature of proposals in the reformations commissions in the July Charter will make the government kind of impractical way to function because it is so stringent and rigid conditionalities. On the
Mm.
other hand, the arguments are putting forward that these are the reformations which were brought as a result of the experience we had over last 50 plus years. And now if we are not in a position to get this opportunity implemented, then certainly we will be where we were, and this will again allow for future respective governments to follow the path of Hasina's. Who knows? So these are the two reactions at this moment.
And do you think that July Accord is going to be stopped this similar practice the Bangladesh has suffered during Hasina Wajid? Or because all the political parties in Bangladesh, especially BNP, is got experience and the legacy, and even the same authoritarian uh, credential it had shown in the past. So if they won the election, do you think there's another phase Bangladesh was going to face?
Mhm.
And this is, I think, the major happening. And before you answer this question, let me introduce you. We also have the Majid Nizami. He's a Pakistani journalist, very celebrated journalist in Pakistan, and he's joining us from Dhaka as well. And he's staying at the Sheraton.
Oh,
You find
pleasure meeting you.
you must see him there. He is there as an observer and watching the
Oh,
election. And we will, of course, include him in the debate. But I need the answer
right.
for this question.
Well, you know, I think it won't be that easy to reach to the stages where Sheikh Hasina went through, because over the prolonged years of continuation, what happened was that the bureaucracy, the law enforcement agencies, the defense, all are, reconciled and concerted into the hierarchy of the power. And that really took time, particularly, and also including the intelligentsia and all, and the business groups. So, for that kind of, I mean, going to that level of authoritarian, nature, I doubt that it will be possible in the future, because what happened in July 2024 is an example given as a wake up warning, I would rather say, because the Gen Z and the generations, they are not going to react the way our generations used to react, and this is going to be a common frequencies. In fact, here we are also listening, like people are saying that whoever comes into power, it is going to be extremely difficult for them to continue for 5 years, in fact, because, and one of the important tool that really helped is the technology. Now, I am in the village and I see everybody is judging by the parties, listening the conversations, watching the videos, who is doing what. With all these things, what is uh, important to witness is that each individual now possesses a certain form of opinion,
Hmm.
and that really helps. And that kind of situations,
Yeah.
because anything is happening is coming to the social media,
All right.
so
So
it will
you're
be,
saying that Gen
yeah.
Z is quite vigilant that they will not allow any political party or the government to show the similar credential as the Awami League had shown. So may I include Maji Nizami in the discussion? Maji Sahab, how you find this the young people in the streets of Dhaka uh, enthusiasm about their enthusiasm and their reflections. So what is your observations there? Maybe we can talk in Urdu. Mustafa understands Urdu well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can understand.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a very important point because, as Mustafa Sahab said, that the whole thing revolves around this particular referendum, and that is the basically demands by the youth, the student unions who are actively participating in the protests. So, if you look into these details, it's all about bad governance, incompetence, corruption, along with the reforms in structural issues, bureaucracy, the police. So I think this is what the youth of Bangladesh demand, and the demands are quite fair. And here in Bangladesh, especially in Dhaka, whenever we had a conversation, we still are in Dhaka and meeting people. So the basic agenda was that this is not the system what we want. We want something better than this because of educated middle class, emerging educated middle class. They think that now the old school systems and obsolete practices, I think they are not ready to go with this style of governance in Bangladesh. So that is why the demands are very clear, very simple, and
Mm.
that is why on ground in streets everyone is in majority, frankly, they were in the favor of all these reforms, and that is why if we look at the electoral alliance of NCP with JI, because what I heard that BNP was not that much interested in this agenda, and they are very cautious and they are very seriously. They don't have any particular opinion on that. There are so many ifs and buts in their opinion. But on the other hand, NCP and Jamaat Islami, they are actively supporting this. So first 180 days would be more important and different from the other governments because they have to put all this in a line. So I think people are positive about that, especially the youth, and that is why NCP and JI they are more vocal about this, but
Mm.
BNP they are,
Yeah.
I think,
Let's talk about few
thinking about
divergences and convergences. So, how you draw the comparison between the Bangladesh youth and Pakistani youth? Is there any
I think
fundamental
I think I
comparison we
think
can?
they are more active and they proved something which in Pakistan we lack. And along with that, the main problem uh, is there any transformation or is there any conversion from the social media to the ground? That
Hmm.
is, I think, the basic issue we are facing in Pakistan that on social media everyone is active, but when you translate these emotions in vote or on ground, so there is a difference. This is the major change in Bangladesh that what they were thinking, they somehow implement it
Hmm.
through their protest, through their ground presence, from their work. But here in Pakistan, I think this is the major difference.
Yeah, and in terms of the political culture, so what is your observation there? Is it different in
In
terms of
these,
the campaign?
I think, yes, I think the harmony and the patience I'm observing here is much more than Pakistan, frankly, because here we have uh, these serious observations regarding this consistency of political process because they had this major protest thing in past 2 years. So now they want stability and peace, and they need coexistence. And on the roads of Dhaka, I observed that if a rally of one party is coming, the others are crossing by. So there is no fights or the uneasy messages or images. And pre-poll rigging, the sentiment regarding pre-poll rigging is very low. There are
Hmm.
no major issues regarding that. So I think whether it is NCP or BNP or Jamaat Islami, I think they are trying to look forward. That is why overall impact of this campaign is very positive.
But there is a one player which is not participating in this election, which is Awami League being banned here. So, have you tried to draw any comparison between the PTI here in Pakistan and Awami League in Bangladesh?
That is a quite difficult question, but yes, in electoral process, I think I am in favor of each and every party should have right to contest. So if someone is banning Awami League from conducting holding the elections and they are trying to stop them from electoral protests, I think that is not the closure what
Hmm.
people want. It so this will be an unfinished agenda for next 5 years. So if Awami League would be here in elections, so
Yeah.
let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the right to vote and each and everything. But if they are not here, they
Hmm.
will start a campaign after elections that there was an imbalance So
Hmm.
yeah, that is the reality.
Yeah. So, Mustafa, maybe a few final questions. Maybe I'll ask you the same question which I asked to Maji Nizami Sahab. How common Bangladeshi feel the absence of Awami Leagues in this election? Is there any reaction or there's some
Okay.
sentiment, doubts about the transparency of this whole electoral process?
Yeah. So basically, it is undeniable that Awami League possesses a substantial number of percentages of people, particularly in urban and rural both areas. Now, uh, you know, when this election process was initiated, preparations goes on. Awami League came up with the slogan that no vote without vote.
Hmm.
Vote means the symbol of Awami League. So, but that was not really attracted that much. This is one aspect. And as per the when I talk to the local level, their representatives, uh, it is their uh, reaction that we wait for this election to be happened, and after that we will see how we can move ahead. So actually, from July 24 4 till date, one of the particular priority for the Awami League was that let there be an election first and let a new government come, and then of course they will amplify and they will draw their strategies and everything, how they can come into politics, what they can do, and how they can concert their people and everything. So that is one aspect. But as per this election is concerned, as I think Nizami Sab was also mentioning, uh, it is quite, I mean, had there been a Awami League taking part, because we have to accept one fact that all these parties now participating are fought on the one side during this July and over the last 15, 17 years. And they did their politics kind of all together. It's not like isolatedly each party did their part. Jamaat Islam and BNP had been in allied form of governments from 2001 to 2005 and 6. Even after that, they continued their kind of protestants and everything. And also the post July, some of the other issues made these parties not to be distant from each other, like the killing of Usman Hadi. If you follow these, then of course they can concert it themselves, followed by the death of the Khaleda Zia, the former prime minister. So all these issues, and I think have made situations a bit kind of comfortable. But nonetheless, in social media, from an individual point of view, we see people are actually picking up
Hmm.
newses and also trying to make kind of comments in their favor. And
Mustafa and
yes,
Manisab, I'll bother you again after the election, most probably on 13 or 14, to get your analysis because today we haven't discussed all these projections about who is going to be when, and it will be clear in next few days. But my final questions, your thoughts both about this National Citizen Party, the Gen Z's party. How do you see its future? And one is the Bangladesh perspective. Does it have any potential to become a third major political power in the country? And for Maji Saab, can you draw some comparison between this Citizen National Party with the PTIs of late 90s? Mustafa?
yeah, thank you. Uh, First of all, when this NCP was formed, it was a huge shake across the country, stating that the Gen Z, the youth, the future, they are all. It has gone through its ups and downs, of course. One of the feature they had was young politicians, young leaders, student leaders. To some extent, it lacked experience, in my view. So, in many issues and aspects, I think they have not been able to completely own the private university groups and students, because in Bangladesh they are private versus public kind of. So
Right.
most leadership came from the public universities, and followed by that, when they went in alliance for Jamaat Islami, some of their women leaders have left the party and they are doing a kind of independent candidates. They have become in the election. Now, totally, so far, I think they are given 30 seats from Jamaat. If some of them go to the parliament, that will really be a wonderful experience from the youth's point of view to see how they perform. And as you mentioned about the future of the party, I think what why they have gone to ally with Jamaat is that they alone possibly it was their calculations that they alone will not be able to make them independently functioning, particularly after the election. So being in alliance with one of the leading majority party kind of power will really help them to grow and to allow them to work for another 5 years in a particular focus. So I think, yeah, the time will tell how they perform in the election. That will also contribute in their future shapings. Yeah.
Okay, Maji Sab, your thoughts.
Gee, I think that is a good start, but electoral politics is a bit different. And what I heard that BNP offered very less seats to NCP. They had a conversation and delegations approached each other on the electoral process, but because of the cold shoulder by BNP, then Jamaat Islami offered them a good number of seats. And I think that is a good start. It is, yes, it is a fact that they don't have much experience, but yes, they have a successful project of July protests. So I think a few of them will definitely go to the assembly and they will play their role. But I think that is a start, just a start. We can't say anything with high hopes, or if the 30 out of 30 they are going to win. I think that is a quite difficult.
Yeah, so this is very important to see the future of this party because it's a very indigenous and independent political project, and we will keep talking at least with Mustafa in Dhaka and few of our other friends. Those remain part and parcel of this all this political transition. But for thank you for your time for today, and we will bother you again in next few days. Thank you very much.